As I was talking about before the break, some of what we're talking about next might not be suitable for a younger audience, so just wanted to let you know. Our first guest has made headlines, as you all know, lately with the news of her relationship with her father, John Phillips. Please welcome Mackenzie Phillips.
Yeah. Hi there.
How are you?
First of all, I want to know what diet you're on, because the cookie diet does not give you a slice of pie.
The cookie diet? Have you tried that?
I'm on it, my friend.
Oh, Mackenzie, come on.
I've lost 5 pounds in 6 days.
Oh, I know. Well, wait a second.
What diet are you on?
I'm on a nutritional program.
I'm on a nutritional program as well.
Please, by Nestle's?
No, it's not. No.
Yeah, but you can't eat cookies for the rest of your life. You've got to come up with a plan that you can live with.
I can live with cookies. Okay. But I digress. Sorry, I just wanted to know.
No. You can go on to my website, BonnieHunt.com, and you can click on the meal plan.
And I get pie?
Yes, pie once a week. Yes.
Okay.
It's slow but steady and sure, and it's something I can live with. So that's what I needed, for the long haul. Speaking of the long haul, you've been on a lot of shows. I saw you on Oprah. You were on Oprah 3 times.
Yes.
Based on the book. Obviously, it stirred up so much emotion in everyone, and, it's shocking.
It's shocking. It's shocking, but what I find more shocking is that the incidence of incest and sexual abuse is rampant, and nobody wants to hear about it. And I thank you for having me on, because nobody wants to talk about it, and there are thousands, millions of men and women who live this nightmare on a daily basis, whether it's still happening or whether they've survived it, and they're destroying their lives as a result of having to live through that type of thing.
And you said, even after having done the Oprah show 3 times, based on this topic and the book and everything, that there are some misconceptions that you'd like to clear up.
Well, High on Arrival is not an incest memoir.
Right.
It is the story. I'm going to be 50 next week, and it is the story of a life. And I think what's happened is that because the revelations in the book are so shocking, the media has pulled out that one thing and made it that's what the book is about. And yes, parts of it are difficult to read, but it's a wonderful story of someone who managed to overcome a lot of odds.
And it had to be a big decision to go so public with it. I mean, even for somebody to speak to someone in their family about it.
Well, I'll tell you something.
It's huge.
I have so many sanitized versions of my life out there with the Eat Your Hollywood Story and all that kind of stuff. And I know whenever I buy a celebrity memoir, because I love memoirs, I want to read something true. Something real. I don't want to read rehashed news stories. And when I sat down to write this book, I did not intend on including this difficult incest subject in it. And then I thought, what's the point of doing it if I'm not going to tell the truth about my life? And by telling the truth, I mean, obviously, I'm taking a great risk. This is not a resume builder. You're not going to get a series out of this.
You've been clean and sober 14 months
yes.
now? When you were writing the book, where were you in your phase of, recovery?
The book was started January of this year.
Wow, so you were well into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I was arrested at Los Angeles International Airport, August of 2008, and I remember thinking, okay, live through this, girl. How are you going to come back from this one?
Because you had drugs in your suitcase? Or?
In my pocket.
In your pocket.
Yeah. And now I'm almost finished with my 18 months of informal probation. And I can't tell you how good it feels to be able to sit here and talk about this story and know that people are being helped. The outpouring of support that I've gotten from incest survivors and recovering addicts and alcoholics all over the world, all over the country, has made me know that I've done the right thing. The reaction that my family has had.
Yeah, how's that going? Because, I mean, some of the family is being extremely supportive, and some of them, I think they're still supportive of you, even if they can't deal with what is your reality.
My family is having a textbook reaction to revelations of incest.
Right.
And what I find sad is that, and also good, because it lets people know if they're planning on revealing incestual relationships, that this is what happens. You're either told you're crazy, you're a liar, and you are abandoned and kind of ostracized from the family. And so people know what they might expect
And the good side of it is, just so that people can be free, because I really believe people are only as sick as their secrets.
That's
and
absolutely
it's
true.
a very painful place for anybody watching at home that might have this horrible secret that they're keeping. If there is a safe person, however you're going to deal with, you have to talk to someone.
You have to talk about it.
So you can stop the cycle.
Stop the cycle, and the more people that talk about it, even, not necessarily on this kind of a forum,
right,
but it raises the awareness.
We'll be right back. More with Mackenzie when we come back.
Next, Mackenzie's struggle continues.
They're so mad at me.
Yeah.
And their anger at me makes me think, wow, this is my fault.
It's the Bonnie Hunt Show.
Ooh, scary.
With the cast of the #1 box office shocker, Paranormal Activity.
I felt like I was having an out-of-body experience. And with the body I have right now, it's not too bad.
Friday on Bonnie.
Something wrong with me.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Well, Mackenzie and I were just speaking, and the other thing is, too, is that your parents in general are bigger than life when you're a kid. They're the know-all, be-all, your whole source.
Well, I've been schooled by fans on social networking sites and emails I've received saying, please don't use the word consensual. There is no such thing.
Well, because you said at one point it was consensual.
Yeah.
And consensual ancestral relationship, meaning that you didn't fight them off or scream or yell.
Right. And consent, meaning being of sound mind and body. And I wasn't.
No, and no child is.
No child is, no matter the age of the child, because of the inherent power that exists between a parent and a child. I don't mean physical power, I mean emotional power.
Yes.
And you're longing for the love and the acceptance, and then you throw a bunch of drugs in there, and you could see how this type of thing might happen.
The other thing you wanted to make clear, too, you said to me, was that it wasn't like it went on for 10 years as it's being reported.
When
I
saw the cover of the New York Post and it said, my 10-year affair with my daddy, I thought, what a disservice.
Because those certainly were not your words or your term.
Absolutely. I never, ever said that. And that's another thing that's been picked out of the book, is that I had an affair with my father, which is absolutely not the truth.
No, it was a very sick...
It was a very sick relationship, and
destructible relationship.
These things were set in motion when I was a child, when he started giving me drugs when I was a child. And look, my father, I don't think he actually set out to hurt me.
I know, but Mackenzie, you're still protecting him. It's very
But I'm trying to hand something over to my family who's so mad at me. They're so mad at me.
Yeah.
And their anger at me makes me think, wow, this is my fault. And then I'm thinking, but I loved my dad, so I'm still conflicted. I mean, I'm not completely healed. I'm not. I'm just not.
No, it takes time, and also the timing for your family is going to be different than your timing.
Exactly.
Can they accept it? Will they be able to let go and forgive and understand why?
Well, I've said to them, even though, I've texted them and emailed them, and I said, I will always meet your judgment and distance with love and acceptance. Whenever you're ready to come back, my arms are wide open, because they're my family.
And they've been there for you through a lot of your drug experience, too, where they've, a family gets trained not to trust at a certain point.
Right. Well, absolutely. And, we've been very close. We've had a very close family for very many years, and this has fragmented the family, and for that I'm sorry. But at the same time, when I see the amount of help that I'm able to give, I don't